Do you think it's unreasonable or reasonable or unreasonable for men to fear women for any reason?
The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
That's cheeks. Welcome, everyone.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Oh my, that's how we started off. No behavior. Hi, I'm Marvelous.
I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sluts. Let's start the show. No Diddy at all.
No raids of the compound over here.
Yo.
No, we good.
No bootleg apologies.
No, we good.
Everything's authentic over here. We're just trying to be official pods. I have no behavior. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms at podicalsons.com.
Mm.
All streaming platforms possible. Podical Sons podcast. And the .com itself. I know I mentioned that. And the ats, if you want to find us on socials and stuff, whatever, when we do our polls, don't hesitate on the gram and the Facebook side and stuff. Search for Podical Sons podcast.
Good.
And let's start the show.
All right.
I guess we have no behavior besides the intro piece. So how are you feeling, though?
I'm great 'cause no scandals are following me.
Bruh, I don't want no scandals.
I don't want no scandals.
I don't want no kind of scandals coming this way.
Nah.
Okay. What scandal are you talking about?
Right. Should we do the polls first?
All right,
Let's do the polls. Let's do the polls first.
All right.
I think the unpacking is gonna be unpacked.
Wow. Somebody's coming out swinging in. So, okay, first poll of the week said, would you date a famous person? Sean Combs? No.
It's gonna be an episode. It's gonna be an episode.
Would you date a famous person? Let me hear what you say and I'll tell you what the poll said.
Yeah.
You would?
I would.
The poll said no. 59% said no.
Really?
41% said yes.
Okay.
Tell me why would you date a famous person now?
No, if like I've talked to this person one-on-one and we have common likes and interests, I don't think the fact that they're famous.
Yeah. I said the same thing. So I voted on the yes side.
Right, okay.
Because I look at it stuff as where I think you say it a lot. It's like the prettiest girl is the loneliest girl in the room or something like that.
Right,
whatever.
yes.
So it's kind of like,
so true.
So you go somewhere and stuff for that, and that one woman is the celebrity that some people are socially awkward with.
Right.
And everything like that. And then you will have the conversation. You're like, I'm just like Hugh. What's that? Is it, I would say Hugh Grant movie with Julia Roberts?
Yes.
Is it?
I can't remember what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's kind of she's famous and stuff like that, whatever. And it's kind of like, regular Joe Schmo. I don't see the issue too much. I mean, like, I think J-Lo had a movie recently along the lines of like, I think it was with Owen Wilson. She's a famous star. Yeah. And I think he's a math teacher or something along those lines.
The Trump's been visited a few times in Hollywood.
Yeah. And I look at it, so I get it though, whatever, right? Like I get it, like, people are just looking for love. Some people are just looking for their person.
Right.
And all that type of stuff, right? Like you worked hard, you bust your ass to probably get where you need to be, but now you're at this platform where like, who can you trust?
Who can you trust?
Yo, the Mary J. Blige song, I was going to say Benny and the Jets. I'm just married. No, was it? I think it's called Deep Inside. Deep inside, I wish that song.
Okay.
Benny and the Jets. Because I'm looking like, where the hell is Elton John on this song? But I'm looking like, nah, Elton John's like,
drink.
Was it him? His original piano play? No, yeah. Because I'm about to say, I didn't hear no Benny and the Jets, no old vocals from Elton John, just the pianos.
Just the piano.
I got it. So that song, like she was like, yo, the problem is like she's finding it so hard to find somebody to trust.
Right.
And then you have Kendu, and then Kendu became an asshole.
Right.
So you can't blame Mary J. Blige to make her own remix of her own song.
Yeah, you can't.
Right?
You can't.
Why you laughing? because the truth hurts so good.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. I say we're not laughing at your feelings, Mary.
No,
like no one's
not
coming
your
at you and
feelings,
stuff.
Mary.
But it's
and that's why I always I I get it. Like sometimes he may feel like you being a celebrity with the rigorous schedule, the being back and forth like that. Sometimes you may feel like only another celebrity would be able to understand what you go through and probably would not be up in arms so much when you're not around because they get it, right? Whereas the normal person be like, oh, I miss this person. This person never has no time for me. But you chose to be with a celebrity who has to work and do all of that shit.
So, okay. Let's say, for example, I'm playing devil's advocate here. Now, let's say you're in a situation where you're with somebody.
Right.
And they became famous.
Yeah.
Do you break up with them?
Nah, I wouldn't break up with them.
So, like, and yeah, because I'm saying, because, you know, there's some people and stuff, they might.
Yeah, some people might. I think some people would, and they probably say they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But going through that whole thing, then they might change. Yeah.
Yo, I remember, shout out to Bryson Tiller. It was like a situation, I think a video. You know, I love a music video.
Yeah.
So I think it was Right My Wrongs, where in the video it's kind of like he's about to blow, and he's telling his girl at the time in the video, like, you know, like, come on. And she's looking like, we're not gonna make this. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like,
right, yeah.
He's like, yo, just come on. I need you. Like, I need you by my side so when I get these winnings and stuff, whatever, right? And like, basically, it's kind of like the whole video is like going to the airport, and she had like her best friend to come pick her up. And like she's not going, and he's looking like, what? And then people's on the PJ is looking like, yo, we gotta go.
Right, yeah.
So then like at the end of the video, he's left crying and stuff like in the studio or whatever, right? Because like she broke up with him. Like he got famous, and they're showing like photos of him, Bieber, all the other type of celebs, because Bryson Tiller's on.
Right.
And I was like, like, do you hold it against them? Because no, think about it. If there's some people that's like, they won't date a SoundCloud rapper. You're an asshole. Why you laugh for?
Why you gotta say SoundCloud rapper? Why am I the asshole?
Because you laugh. You laugh.
Why can't it just be a rapper? A SoundCloud rapper?
No, like
there are people too, Marv.
No, I know there are people too. I'm just saying, like, you know, I look at it stuff as like, yo, if this dude like, yeah, you don't know me, like I have a song and stuff that's on SoundCloud, like, you know, Whoop That Trick remix.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not from Memphis, but I act like I'm from Memphis. Yeah. And now they got on, right? Because like, it might be a catchy ass tune, and it just takes that one thing.
We know how it works. We know how it works over there. Yeah.
So now there are other hits and stuff like that people are starting to gravitate to, and they probably had a baby mom that was down from day one. Be like, it's okay. I'm going to help bless you with this studio time money. Like, so, you know, like, I'm going to do this. Like, damn, it's kind of hard here. Now we have a kid.
Right.
Now he's on.
And
he's like, I got you. I got us.
Yeah.
Shut up and come along.
Shut up and come along, man.
And they're like, no, I never see you. Be like,
never see you. And the fact that you are on tour and millions of women are screaming your name, trying to get with you. Some women can't just look at that.
It takes a solid person to deal with that. Because even if it's in vice versa and it was flipped, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Let's say your woman and stuff was like that singer.
Beyonce. This is Beyonce.
Ooh. I don't think could you think a normal person, and I don't mean normal in a bad way, but do you think a regular Joe Schmo could be with Beyonce? It had to take a Jay-Z type of figure to be with Beyonce? An icon like Beyonce?
Yeah.
You don't think a Joe Schmo?
I don't think a Joe I don't, you know
okay, do you think Beyonce would date a Joe Schmo?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she would date a Joe Schmo.
I don't know. Because the Bills song, you had me at there's no Joe Schmo that could date you and stuff like that. Because your bill is not regular bill, you know.
I don't think you could go lower than a level of Stedman.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
I think Stedman is the cutoff point. Because up to now, I don't know what Stedman does.
He's a tennis coach. Y'all sold me. Black people, they hyped up Stedman's story before the internet. I'm telling you. They hyped up Stedman's story. First of all, Stedman, you are still my role model and stuff.
Man.
You are the ultimate boy toy. And like the definition of soft life lies with Stedman.
When Chappelle did the Oprah skit, I was like, yeah, that's Stedman all the way. That's Stedman all the way.
So I look at it as I was like, it takes an understanding person to be with a person and stuff to that level. I think you and I, we might be understanding and stuff to that degree, because I look at it stuff as, I wouldn't want no Real House husbands of whatever the fuck it may be, but I would find some other shit to occupy my day until, I see her.
Yeah.
Or, if she fly me out, that means you have to eat ass. Then if you get flown out, right?
But she a woman already, so you might.
I guess you're eating celebrity ass. And she's your woman, so it's kind of like it balances out. The universe is one again.
Universe is one
again. Okay, yeah. Because I would look at, it takes a serene level of understanding to be the person and stuff like that. I think I've come to the point, but I don't know why the polls will say that high, but your choice is your choice.
Your choice is your choice.
Cool. Okay. Next poll of the week says, are you old school or new school? Where are you before I tell you the results?
I'm old school.
You're old school.
I'm old school.
Well, 93% said they're old school.
Yeah.
Shame on you liars. Let me debunk this. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Dirtbag. So, do you have the local service provider for your cable TV?
No.
Did you have an Android box?
Yes.
Android box was created and stuff in the new school era.
It was created in the new school.
Okay, all right. Just to let you know, you're dancing in new school territory.
Yeah. But I learned scamming from my old school ways.
Oh, scamming can never die.
Can never die.
They can never die. I didn't finish watching the documentary before we continue about some Nigerian group that frauded, I think, a fake airport or sold the fake airport.
Oh.
But this is before the height of the internet?
Yeah.
I was like, frauding will never die.
No.
Frauding will never die. But I consider myself old school as well.
Right.
I do feel like there's a disposition or like, I want to say a battle between both sides.
Right. I see it.
I feel like a lot of old school people do a lot of new school shit.
Yes.
And a lot of new school people would choose to like make fun of older people or like, like shit on older people and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to say, I don't think a millennial will actually like go and call somebody like a boomer to that level and stuff unless they're probably on the cusp of being like a Gen Z millennial type and stuff, the super young ones.
Right.
But I feel like you're just looking at stuff as like, yeah, you're just older. Like, you're just older. Or whatever, right? You're just Gen X. It's just like, they're kind of like, I feel like we're kind of blended with Gen X. That's why you have so many millennials denying that they're millennials.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, like I will own it, whatever. I have like tons of people and stuff like, you're millennial. They're like, watch your mouth. You were born if you were born 1981 to 1996, congratulations. You are a millennial such as myself. I was born in 1985.
That's it.
Own this shit.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers are in denial like they're swimming in the river of Africa.
Forever young.
So with the Gen X folks, whatever, because you're Gen X.
I'm Gen X.
I feel like we're kind of like one and the same.
Yeah. A lot of our stuff blended.
Right.
A lot of our stuff blended.
These younger rookies, fuck nah. They have zero respect, zero cares, zero fucks are given.
Not at all.
They don't look at... So that's what I'm saying. And they shit on a lot of the old school people and stuff in like the old school ways. But yet it still catch them. If you're a Gen Z punk that wears a Pink Floyd shirt, they got famous before you fuckers were born. Congratulations. That's kicking it old school.
Kicking it old school.
You're wearing that shirt, the Pink Floyds, the Led Zeppelins, and all that type of stuff.
Do you think when they listen to music now, right? and it may be a hit that we know from like early 2000s,
Okay,
or 90s. Do you think the kids who are listening to it now, like, will look or try to look back like how we did when we were coming up and listening to it, like we hear the
possible, because I do feel like these kids are in a level where they think they know it all.
Okay.
So with that being said, I think like the cell phones and stuff are on deck now.
Yeah. And the information is at their fingertips.
Correct.
Right.
So it's kind of like, besides like who sings this song, let's say I think Google has one that kind of hums. You can hum a tune. It's like Shazam.
It's like Shazam.
It's like Shazam and stuff where you can hum a tune. I find that one is a little bit more reliable,
right,
than Shazam.
Yeah. Well, I know there's this website. It's been a while, been around for quite a while now, called Who Sampled Who.
Right, but think about it, whatever. That's a website.
Right.
They have to know this website in order to get to that website.
Yeah.
When they can just go from the browser that they probably use and rely on and stuff like that, right? And just be like, hum the tune. Then, let's say the information for the song comes up, and then the Who Sample thing might be on there. Or you might see it might be credited to some extra people.
Right.
Let's say if it's like, okay, the Brent Faiyaz track, whatever, right? With the best, like the best I've ever had.
Yeah.
The best things ever had. It's just Brett, and then you have the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're pulling up the credits, the Neptunes are credited for it.
Right.
I think along as Khalees might be credited, but I know more so the Neptunes are credited.
It's credited.
Because it comes from Khalees Caught Out There.
Right.
Which was created by the Neptunes.
Right.
So you will see this chain. Now, if the person's like, similar to the website, but if they're like, who the hell are these extra people? Because it was Brent Faiyaz and it was just the producer and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Then they go chase that rabbit hole. Then they can get to the Whom Sampled.
Got it.
That means they really care.
Got it.
If they don't get to that level, they don't give a damn.
Right. Makes sense.
And I feel like it happens way too often where they don't, but I feel like the ones that do, they're the ones kind of informing the world or coming with their own theories or some shit like that, whatever. And I prefer the ones that connoisseurs who kind of appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like the ones that would hear wild thoughts and still know that it still came from Maria.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Just me. So yeah, those were the polls of the week. Good polls and good answers.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Mischief?
Okay. Before we start the mischief.
All right. Let me stop rubbing my hands.
If 2024 was a person,
Mm-hmm.
who or what would they be doing? Like, who would they be? Or what would they be doing? Because remember, think back.
Yeah.
Cat Williams warned us.
I was going to say it was Cat. It's 2024. I was going to call it Cat Williams.
Because I went to a birthday party at the top of the year.
At the top of the year.
And everybody was talking about that Cat Williams thing. And he's like, 2024 is going to be a lot of exposing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had his special. Well, like a few weeks ago. And he said, I done told y'all. I felt like that was kind of like the progress note, the progress report.
The progress.
It's kind of like, I'll see you in January.
The midterms.
Yeah, it's like, how you guys doing? I told y'all. I don't understand, but I told y'all. So if 2024 was a person, who would it be? Cat Williams?
I would have said Cat Williams. Because you're right. Because he started off with just exposing some stuff. And at that time, we was like, everything was still fresh and questionable.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, okay, we know Hollywood can be a little bit weird, so we can see that there's a potential there, but still.
I thought you were calling it Hollyweird.
Hollyweird. Yeah, it's not far off. Not far off. And we were seeing the potential, but yet the proof in the pudding wasn't quite there. You know what I mean? But everything now is like, anything that pops up now, it's like my Cat Williams pops into my head. It's like, nah, at the beginning there, he said shit like this was coming down the pipeline.
Okay. So my next question to you would be, when, like a timeline, or it's like a time frame, when do you think it was okay to get away with things that you do before it was considered to get captured to the internet? Like even think back, like if you can say early 2000s, you can say early 90s, 80s. When do you
I was
think?
gonna say mid-90s.
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 So if you did dirt, let's say 94 and before, you were safe. You're safe.
You were safe.
Because remember, Bill Cosby and stuff, whatever, he got pulled up for like allegations and stuff for that, right? Granted, I think the chick from Ontario,
right?
She kind of sank him more so in that case.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of allegations dating before 94.
Before 94.
So like you're saying like mid-90s?
I'm saying mid-90s because I think that was the beginning of like the whole like personal videotape culture. Like people would move around capturing stuff with the video cameras and then making the DVDs and stuff like that. I think when stuff began to begin documented, a lot of that documented stuff ended up on the internet. So even though we didn't have like social media as to how we have it now, some of the shit like you could have found on YouTube, right? Like when I heard, there was Jay-Z smacking the chick, that I seen on YouTube. That was before the whole social media stuff.
I never seen Jay-Z smack a chick.
You never seen that? You've never seen that?
Send the link. I'm sorry.
It might not be up there now, the way they're scrubbing everything from the internet. It might be gone.
You gotta have bread to scrub the internet. You gotta have bread. Fuck anything what you heard, whatever. Like, I look at it stuff as what? Either Diddy must have been too arrogant.
Right.
To say he don't need to scrub.
Yeah.
But if you bout that life, you scrub.
You scrub.
Because I look at it stuff as like, with the Epstein list and people like got their names like, like redacted off and everything. That's scrubbing.
I mean, I even recently, we'll go with the Taylor Swift photos.
Oh, yes. And those are AI.
And those are AI, right? And that stuff is scrubbed. And they're making sure it's scrubbed because if you get caught posting it, you're up for some serious fines. So nobody posting it. People keeping it. People keeping it in the tuck right now.
Shook it. But I think. So you know what it is? The funny thing too and stuff is that when you were saying with the video camcorder footage and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember the Oklahoma City bombing, right?
Right.
To this day, it's not Timothy McVeigh. That was his name. I've been saying it for the longest. I'm like, one man did this.
One man.
It took a team of hijackers to take out a plane apiece.
Yeah.
A team.
Yeah.
But one man did
truck
this.
and filled a truck full of manure.
Right. And so I looked at this stuff and was like, yes, this is the time that you're talking about for shit to get away. After that, when 9/11 happened, camcorders was up. You got these point of views from camcorders. Come looking like, who the hell's carrying a camcorder? Like, remember, September 11th was a day that was just a regular Tuesday. Before what happened.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as like, for you to be carrying around a camcorder, it must have been like a special day just for you.
For you, right.
And then now you had this footage.
Might have been like a family vacation type of deal. You know what I mean? It would have been a special occasion
but it was captured. And it made it to the world.
Yeah.
Now everything is captured and made it to the world now.
Everything's phone, man. Everything is
security
phone.
cameras, ring cameras,
everything.
It's 1994. I think I did a lot of dirt after 1994. So I just got to get my money up and start scrubbing the internet.
Start scrubbing.
I think that's definitely might be my solution. So pray for about that. All right. Tell me what you like to talk about today. Now we can start the Menace.
Now we can.
Let's commence on the Menace.
All right, let's commence on the Menace. All right, well, let's start with the thing that's running the internet right now. Okay, so we'll start with the actual footage that was leaked, right? What was your first feeling when you seen that?
Okay, so I saw it. So I saw it on some streaming no, sorry, I saw it on the gram.
Seen it on the gram. Okay.
I opened up the gram and it was right there. Right?
Right.
And it was very disturbing to see because you like the headline was that it was him.
Yes.
And it was Cassie.
Right.
Right. And no shade to Cassie whatsoever, but I just looked at it as like, you know, she had a small frame.
Right.
Small. She's a petite woman.
Yeah.
Petite woman. And for this man to be like, I want to say like handling her like that.
Yeah.
Was fucking disgusting.
Yeah. That's the feeling. That's the feeling that I got. Like the first grab and the ragdoll toss.
And then he kicked her.
Yeah. But I mean, even before it got to the kick.
The
ragdoll toss, I was like, wow. Then when he went and kicked her, I was like,
yeah.
Dude, she wasn't moving after the ragdoll toss.
Yeah. And there was no audio.
No audio.
So you can imagine like the sound that made when she probably hit the ground.
Right.
And there's the other part, I think when he launched the vase at her.
Yeah, the vase launches.
And all that type of stuff. Because you could just imagine the impact of like the sound of like, you know.
Right.
With force.
And I see a lot of comments where people were saying, he did this in a public hotel. Imagine what he'd do at home behind closed doors. People, let me tell you something. When
what you do abroad, you do at your yard.
Yeah, and when these celebrities go to places and they go to these hotels, majority of times they're booking out the entire floor because they don't want nobody around them. They don't want no hassles. That they'll have a floor to themselves.
That's a valid point.
Right? So he ain't expecting anybody to be coming out any of those doors.
Would you though? Would you? You were on the same floor.
Yeah.
You're with your woman. You probably like, you know, just chilling. It looked like it could have been like an early morning type of escape.
Right.
Because I think they had a time stamp for like, I guess, when it took place.
Yeah.
And when you hear him like coming down the hall, which I'm assuming he's probably like yelling.
Yeah.
Right? And even if you didn't hear the yelling, you heard like muffles from your side of the hotel.
Right.
Then you hear impact. I know the lady cried.
Yeah.
I know the lady cried.
I would go and look. I would go and look. If I hear
you look.
If I hear like an argument going back and forth, right?
You chill.
I chill.
Cause you know, like, yeah. No.
Yeah.
But if you hear like yelling and then you hear crying.
Right. No. Okay. I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay.
Yeah.
You investigate now. Now you realize it's Sean John Combs.
Right.
What do you do then?
That's a very good question. That is a very good question.
Because this is, remember, circa 2016, the time of the incident.
Yeah.
So his imagery to the rest of the world or to other people and stuff was still great.
Yes.
To me, you know how I feel about Diddy from time. So he was always a monster to me, but that be that and stuff, whatever, right? You now see this, you're looking like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. And I you know what? And I would probably ask if everything is okay before trying to
close back your door. Like, because you know he's a powerful man. I'm not saying he's like mob connected, but I'm saying like he's powerful to say like he might either have you kicked out the telly.
That's one.
Yeah.
Right? But it's just like you're saying, like before this whole persona of knowing the type of person that he really is and being a monster, I wouldn't have seen him in that light, right? So I would have been like, okay, no, that's not the Puffy that I know.
You know.
Let me kind of figure out what's going on before I jump to any conclusions.
Okay.
Type of deal. So I'll be like, yo,
Puff, what's going on?
What's going on? And then he's gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to accept the lie because I'm little old me, and this is the mogul who probably get me kicked out of the hotel, like you said, right?
The mogul.
probably get me arrested on some trumped up charges that I don't even know about.
Thank you.
Right?
The mogul.
I might have to shut up and mind my own business at that point.
Now, some will call you a monster, and I don't want to paint you under the light because I'll do the same thing like you do. So we'll go down the ship together.
Right.
We'll both be monsters and stuff for there. But I would agree and say the same damn thing because I look at it stuff like I said. I put the thought in your head before you finished what you had to say, what you said. This is the mogul. That's the word we need to use. The mogul.
The mogul.
At time. So even if you're in your room and you hear this, whatever, let's say on the one side of the elevator situation, there's another room or something like that. You're like, oh my gosh, me and my peoples are on the same floor as Diddy.
Yeah.
Right? You hear this. You know it's Diddy.
You know it's Diddy.
You know you saw him and Cassie or something, or you heard him and Cassie are over there.
Right.
This takes place. Do you jump in and save Cassie?
It's hard, bro. I mean, I'd probably have to see maybe the physical abuse like actually happening for me to jump in and stop it. And even when I'm jumping in and stopping it, that probably might be the end of what I've done.
Yes. Ladies, be party on rescue. If you witness any kind of sign of possible domestic abuse or anything like that beforehand, do not opt into a longer relationship. Please. If you don't like how you're being treated, please make the exit. Because if she made the exit, she might not have been who she is today.
Right.
That's why I feel like she deserves the money that she got.
Yeah.
And whatever, like, you know, like she fought for that.
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally speaking.
Think of how big of a mogul he is. That floor could have been filled. Unless that tape surfaces, everybody's a liar on that floor. That's how big of a mogul he is.
Yeah. And I think I've heard, because when this broke on the Friday.
Yeah.
When it broke on the Friday night, when we were out and about, like, you know, some family stuff and everything and vibing. We were talking about it there, and we were talking about it and stuff. And then one person's like, oh, Slim Thug issued apology to Cassie.
Yeah, I seen that.
Right? And I guess a lot of people and stuff are starting to speak out about set video footage that was leaked and stuff.
Right.
I do feel like if they said something bad and they did not apologize to, Miss Cassie.
Yeah.
Yo, take down that lawyer change and like, yo, defamation suits. No, you have to. Because I look at this stuff as where she kept solid and silence for years. This is 2016. And the man paid it off that fast. One day. It was paid off in one day. Because the man knew what was said and done, what took place, all of the above. And the niggas is like, nah. She here for the coins. They're just breaking down a rich black man. Look at them. And then, like, I think
why she takes so long.
Oh my gosh.
Which is funny because now, right?
Yeah.
With the apology and everything. Oh, he's so sincere. Some people are screaming out how he's sincere. I'm like, well, if he's sincere, what took him so long?
Valid point.
What took him so long? Why didn't he apologize as opposed to paying her off to keep that lid shut?
Preach. Yeah, I agree. Hands down.
The apology. Let's get to I mean, we have life. So let's get to the apology. The apology now. Do you think he should have just shut his damn mouth and not say anything? Because here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Because here's the thing. What I feel. I feel like that videotape would have not have come out because it clearly it was people knew that it existed. The powers that be, whoever had it, right? I don't know how long they may have sat down. And my theory is that I heard, and I don't know how true it is, that he paid for that tape. Like they say he paid $50,000 for that tape, right?
Oh.
If that is true, right? You pay for something, everything becomes into your possession, right? If it was in his possession, then maybe that tape might have been found during the raid.
Dun, 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 dun.
Right? So now they have it. They have this now. Then now there's a statute of limitation, right? You can't do anything after the time has passed, right? The DA know that. The lawyers know that. FBI know that. Diddy know that. Now, because Diddy knows that you can't do shit with that tape, he's feeling confident. He comes out with the post last week. Time will tell the truth. So now you're the FBI, you're the holder of that tape, seeing this motherfucker jumping around and gloating because you can't do nothing with this tape. I might just release it for spite.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't get to you in the courts, but guess what? The court of public opinion still stands.
Oof. Oof. Preach. Ain't no court like people's court.
There's no court like people's court. And we're seeing it right now. We forced him. He forced to backtrack and now issue an apology, which we know ain't sincere because he was never planning on apologizing to people.
No.
Let's be real.
No, because I think when the noise was said. So okay, let me say this. Your first question you asked before,
right?
No, he shouldn't have said anything. His lawyer should speak for him.
Yes,
I think when after Bill Cosby had his situation, and his lawyer, Monique something, I forget her name. I'm so sorry, miss. And she's like, I'm his lawyer. Like, why hasn't Bill Cosby said anything?
Right.
I'm his lawyer. I'm supposed to speak for him.
Yeah.
That.
I
think to your second piece, if he was sincere, he would have spoke to his lawyers. That man, I don't think he has one.
No. It's a team.
Would have spoke to his lawyers and said, look, the people might depict me as a monster for Thanksgiving. Because remember, this happened like around Thanksgiving time,
yes.
Right? Last year. People might depict me as a monster. They might talk bad about me and stuff, whatever. Can I at least have them talk semi-decent about me when they passing the gravy around?
Right.
You know, the cranberry sauce?
Yeah.
And if his lawyers or his law team say no, don't say a damn thing, what's changed?
What's changed
Now that this has been leaked? Sometimes we always say it. Get ahead of your own story.
Yes.
So I feel like he could have got ahead of his own story from prior. If he issued this apology thing then. Like, you know, that's said and done with that aspect and stuff, whatever. This was a dark time in my life. I do apologize to Miss Ventura. I know she's married now. I don't know her last name now. Yeah. And, you know, all that type of stuff. I'm a different person. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be a better version of myself and everything like that, whatever. They'd be like, the nigga came clean.
I could accept it. I could accept it at that point. I would have accepted it at that point. Yeah.
Because he paid it off. And lickety split. He came clean. I think that would be worthy. That I would kind of deem that worthy enough to say, like, we haven't forgiven you.
Yeah. But let the healing process begin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yo, I heard some shit. Did I send it to you?
No,
they said, yo, when the person has money and the person who was hurt by the person with money, they heal like Wolverine on X-Men.
Yes, I did. Wait a second. I see it was in the group chat. I see it. Yeah.
No.
Adamantium.
I mean, I don't know how many millions Miss Cassie made,
right,
or got from her lawsuit, whatever, right? Not pocket watching like that, whatever. But I would say the healing process can start a different kind of vibe.
Yeah, I would say that.
I would say she probably would have enough money for like a domestic violence kind of thing,
right?
Set up, or like a charity to that, cut a check for that, and then keep it pushing, and you'd be straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was different beast, man. Like very, very highly unfortunate that an event like that took place. And yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving right along.
DJ Akademiks. Commenting on a message. How you feel about academic lawsuits? Because I never really wanted to make it a thing.
Yeah.
While I was watching everything cook, until he said, "If I go down, all of y'all going down." I was like, "What? This is just what Cat Williams was saying." Everyone's being exposed.
Everyone is being exposed right now,
and you have people. They're like, "No, you better protect me."
You think Jakes is still afloat? Jakes is still afloat.
What do you mean?
TD Jakes, he's still afloat. Sure. Yeah. He hasn't been sunk from his controversy. I don't think anything has.
No,
I think he's successfully scrubbed. If there was anything to scrub,
I don't think he's successfully scrubbed.
Okay,
my opinion.
Okay,
but I feel like his following is that strong enough,
right?
Where they've drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Like I look at it and stuff, whatever. Like and not Selena Gomez and stuff, whatever. She's an icon and a gem herself, whatever. But like, do you think there comes to a point like even like icons and stuff, whatever, they can do bad, and their followers who's drank the Kool-Aid would probably leave? Like I think the percentage or the fraction is like damn near minuscule.
Yeah.
If you're a diehard follower or a writer and everything like that, this person, everything this person says is a bar or the gospel to you.
Yeah.
I find it very, very hard to lose a following and stuff like that. You might not fuck with him like that because you never really drank the Kool-Aid.
Right.
Right? You probably like, this guy's a prolific guy. He's understood by the community. And, you put a fist up to like, congratulations, someone got to do it. But then when you saw it, you're like, it's kind of a contradiction, too bold to, go like, act like you don't see it.
Also with one of the staples of Christianity is to forgive and forget, right?
And one of the staples of Christianity is, Gomorrah and Sodom and Gomorrah. So, fuck you mean? Like, I know why people don't like me.
Know why?
I know why people don't like me. But yeah, I feel like, let's say this, with the DJ Akademiks thing, my situation or my thinking is that I just want to know who he's trying to sing. So, because he's like, you're asking for a lifeline when you're saying like, if I go down, all you guys are going down.
Right.
So now you're looking at stuff like, if you're an allegiance or he knows some dirt and stuff about you, you have to help pay for some lawyer fees or some shit, no?
Yeah. You got to keep him afloat.
Right. Now, he hasn't been arrested for anything.
No.
So it's lawsuits.
Right.
Right? So I look at it stuff as where, if it's...
And even with that case, I don't think it's past the statute of limitations that he couldn't be charged. Because when it first came up, I think it was like maybe about a year or so ago when it first came up. So I don't know when the act actually took place, but when the first hint of this was coming, it was maybe like a year ago.
So salute to that lovely woman then who got the courage to come forward about an incident that happened to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it takes courage to, like, the way how Ak is selling the story, like, his people's riding a train on her.
Right?
Yeah. And this woman was, like, wrongfully raped.
Yeah.
Apparently can't say that word, no, wrongfully graped. Because every time I was looking on research on it, whatever, it's either an explicit now or it has a G in front of it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So if this thing happened to this woman and stuff, whatever, like, I can't even imagine 3 men attacking you or even more.
I couldn't imagine.
Right? For this thing to happen to her. And then to come forward to say that. Because think about how many people hold on to stories for forever when they can't catch the statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, salute to her for that. But I'm looking like, if it will be a matter of time and stuff, whatever, like, yo, he's still asking for this lifeline. Yo, the people to me, the people in question and stuff is like, yo, who comes to your rescue? Even like, not even like in a public level, but on a ninja level.
But I mean, is that almost an admission of guilt?
Yes. Of course it is.
It's if you tell niggas to save, why would niggas have to save you?
Of course. Smooth, you can make a campaign today and stuff, whatever, and say, you saw some fake doctored paperwork about me that I have AIDS.
Right.
And I can say I do not have AIDS and herald it from mountaintops. Right?
Yeah.
Now, after that level, people be like, oh, I don't know. Smooth said this about you and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It's up to me to debunk and care who the fuck I want to prove my case, to.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
If it's with a woman that I probably dig, it'd be like, yo, this is my blood work. I don't have AIDS.
Right.
All slander.
Right.
All hearsay and stuff, whatever.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Let the lawyers speak.
Let the lawyers speak.
Let that be the lesson for today.
Let the
lawyers speak. If you got your law team on it, let the lawyers speak. Do not come on your streaming platform and say, if I go down, all y'all niggas is going down too.
These last couple weeks, all the lawyers been doing this. Just shut the fuck up.
There was the two, I think there was these two lawyer dudes, white dudes, talking, I guess, to like, I'm assuming to the urban community.
Yeah.
About like, what do you do when you get pulled over by the police? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Call my lawyer. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Lawyer the fuck up if your bread is good. If your money's up, lawyer up.
Lawyer up.
Yo, so say the sons.
That's what so say the sons.
Why not?
Bread good? Lawyer up. So says the sons.
If your money is up, lawyer up.
So says the sons.
Yeah, man. Be like, huh? Yeah, the lawyers are having a conniption.
Yeah, yeah.
They're having a conniption. And I don't think that these people have been properly trained because I think they just feel like they know it all. And that's why I said that's a problem with people in the world. Everybody act like they know when they do not. If you do not know section -4009 or whatever state you live in,
yeah,
you don't know shit.
Nah.
Don't act like you know shit.
Nah. Because you could probably be speaking your truth from your heart, but it's the way you're saying it that can be spun. Nice. Your lawyer's gonna frame it in a way that it can't be taken out of context. It can't be spun in any other way, but how the lawyer wants it to be spun. And that's what you got to understand.
All right. Let's on to the next.
On to the next.
What else you want to talk about, man? I kind of like when you had this thunder on you, you know?
Okay.
What,
who else can we get at?
I mean, anybody. Jerry Seinfeld? You want to go at Seinfeld? About the I don't know. I love Seinfeld, but
it's just like,
you got to know where you stand.
Right.
I don't think he probably expected that smoke because Duke is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was expecting that smoke at that commencement in Duke, but I think it was not being self-aware. The reason why I say that is because every day or almost every day during the week, if you even pay attention to news, you'll know that some college campus, some university in North America is protesting this Israel and Hamas conflict.
Right now. As
right?
we speak, even in Canada.
From
it's
York
happening.
universities.
It's happening.
University of Toronto.
Yeah.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Right? He's taken a full frontal stance.
Right.
He didn't do this in 1994 before the cameras.
No.
He did this in modern day time. Last year.
Modern day.
Fourth quarter. Of 2023.
These damn cameras.
These cameras, man. These cameras.
Because look, it's the cameras that got what's the dude the dude who played Kramer?
Michael Richards?
It's the cameras that got Michael Richards fried.
Yep, and that was way after 1994.
There you go. These cameras.
Damn, dog. I wish I'd have did all my dirt before 94, but
bro,
94 I was 9 years old. Like, couldn't really do too much.
Couldn't do too much.
I was innocent then, so I think I wish. Yeah. I understand. Let's say this. Kudos to Seinfeld for making the best of the booze.
Yeah.
And understanding that people were making exits on his commencement speech, and he kind of still held it together about the, you got to have a good sense of humor and all that type of jazz and stuff about this current times, about what life is throwing at you.
Yeah.
Do I think he deserves that smoke? To be honest, Yes. And I love Seinfeld. I love Jerry. I just feel like you can't take bold stances and not expect people to be on your side. Like if the way how we speak about certain type of things on this podcast, with this podcast and stuff, whatever, like let's say it's heard at a time where we were bubbling, and then now this say like an episode was heard that we probably said some controversial shit when we're probably like cooked, right?
Right.
We still have to be held liable on the stance that we stand on.
Right.
And certain things come with that territory. So if he's okay with that, whatever, he should feel no shade or no slack or no flack to people like us saying something about this thing.
Yeah.
You only butt hurt when you haven't made peace with the side you chose.
Right.
That part. Do I still have menacing in me? I don't know. Wait, one more question pertaining to the Seinfeld thing and stuff, whatever. Do you think protests still have the effect to create change today?
Nah.
It's over. So, fuck a protest.
I think, because I think governments is just going to do what they want to do, regardless of who protests what.
Because back then, I feel like, I think the government knew the people had the power.
Right.
So things like, from the women's suffrage movement to certain other things and stuff, like I want to say, let's say the civil rights time from the racial, separations and situations.
Yeah.
The government knew like, shit, these people have power. And I think part of my conspiracy theory is that like the government themselves has created a lot of distraction and confusion.
Yes.
To make sure that people don't understand that there's power in numbers.
100%. I agree with that.
Where they're okay doing what they do now.
Goes back to what we were talking about last week with the whole controlling the internet.
Yes.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Right? Controlling the narrative through the internet, right? I think the last effective protest.
Ooh, good question. What is that in your eyes?
Yeah, I don't even know, because I would like to say like the truckers stirred up a lot of shit, but even then, I don't even think it was effective.
No, I don't think it has impacted change.
No,
and yeah, to them standing up for all of them, like kudos to y'all and everything. I can't even think back. I'm like my mind.
I want to say the LA riots. When they were looting and costing the city money.
Rodney King?
Yeah, when they started looting and costing the city money, the city stepped in real quick and they tried to calm nerves. I think what's happening right now, that these kids sitting on campus, it's not really affecting anything. So it's business as usual for everybody else. It might be affecting the students, but that's about it.
So, okay, here in Toronto now, they had a situation and stuff, I want to say, in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood.
Right.
What was it? I want to say Wilson and
Wilson
Avenue.
Heights? Wilson Heights and Avenue?
Yeah. Around that area where they were pro-Palestinian people were blocking the entrance to the highway.
Yes.
Right, to the 401.
Right.
Police, which is the government,
right,
stepped in and kind of made sure these people didn't disturb shit.
Right.
So I think the government has a handle on most of these protests.
Yes, I'll agree with that. Yeah.
So I don't think protests are.
Yeah, no, it's and if it's gonna be like it's gonna have to be in the numbers where the police cannot handle it, where you're gonna have to call in like the reserves or call in the army. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be at that magnitude for it to affect anything. Because you're right. It's like if you're out there protesting and you it looks like you're gonna shut things down. If the police could handle that in one day, it's not a problem.
So how do you think the police? Okay, let me say this: when the George Floyd situation happened,
right?
How long did you like in your words would say? How long did you think it took them to kind of get a handle on those riots, the looting, all that good stuff, whatever.
Honestly, maybe about a week's worth.
A week's worth?
Yeah, I think after a week.
And that's like country-wise for America?
I think countrywide for America. I think they got...
Because the UK, that helps stir up, like, remember, like, this thing helps stir up, like, quote-unquote, KKK, Ku Klux Klan members, founding statues being torn down.
Right.
That's including within those times. And remember, here had their fair share with vandals. And stuff, right?
And that's another tactic that the government used, right? A lot of these preemptive moves, like changing like long time street names because the owner was found out to be like a slave owner, right? Taking down statues of these people, prominent figures throughout the time I grew up in Toronto, right? They're taking down these statues now because they represented something. A lot of this is to you know what I mean? To quill or whatever, however, what's the tensions that are going on. Up to this day, I think that's why Barack was put in office.
I agree. I always looked at this stuff as where America was more comfortable to put a black man in the seat than a white woman.
Yeah.
They're like, no. Women, y'all gonna need to sit the fuck down. Because I looked at it stuff as like, we'll be next in having a white man. A white woman.
A white woman.
In their eyes, whatever, like, no, we rather do this one color in this, what's the golf term? Mulligan. yeah. We'll throw you a mulligan.
We'll throw you a mulligan. Because people tend to forget that, the racial tensions was at an all-time high peak in the U.S. before Barack got in.
Was it? Why you say that?
If you think back, there was a lot of that was when a lot of the protests of police brutality was starting to come heavy, and it was like there was talks. I mean, I remember Farrakhan making a speech about a race war.
Yeah, I remember that. But he's been chiming that for a while.
Yeah, but all of that was chimed before.
Oh, it started before that?
All that was before Obama. That started before Obama came into office.
Interesting. I didn't know. Like, I knew he's been heralding.
Yeah, he's been heralding, but that was before Obama came to office. He's been speeching that, right? Mm-hmm. And he's seen a little things like, because the brutality was heavy. And then you put Barack in it. Black people flip the script. Oh, we got something. Change is gonna come. Remember, his whole campaign was on change. So black people, you know what I mean? Okay, maybe we can simmer down a bit. We got somebody that's gonna look out for us.
I want to, because I want to look at like Sean Bell, the guy who died, who got shot from police. Shot in New York. Yeah, from police, right? From the cops.
Right.
Because they rinsed him, right?
Yeah.
And and there was no like shade to like his family and stuff for me saying rinse, but I was like, they did over necessary stuff for the November.
Way beyond.
Before Barack went in office.
Way beyond. That's what I'm saying. A lot of
November 25th, 2006 in Jamaica, Queens.
Yes, I'm saying tensions was at an all-time high.
And all of them were found not guilty.
Black people were fed the fuck up.
And Barack took office after. Wow. They're not gonna like you, Smooth.
They ain't gonna like this, but that's just 2024, Marv. 2024, year of Cat Williams.
The year of the cat.
Year of the cat.
Oh, wow. All right. Let me ask you this. There's a video I saw. And it was a father. I don't know if you saw it. Light-skinned dude. He said how he beat up a little girl's father.
Right, I seen it.
You saw that?
I seen it, yeah.
You saw that?
I saw that.
All right.
I saw that.
So we're going to give a little quick synopsis for the folks who haven't seen it.
Right.
Please look for this video. And we would love to know your thoughts and stuff, whatever. You can comment on this video, on this episode, and everything below. Now, as a father, he said his daughter was repeatedly bullied by a young girl in her, I think her grade level.
I think it was her grade level.
So I'm assuming the little girl's 7 as well.
Right.
Right? Bullied this little girl, or if not, has been tormenting her.
Yeah. No, he said bullied. He said bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said
they had parent-teacher conferences.
Right.
With the little girl's parents.
Right.
And himself.
Yeah.
Stating what his daughter is doing to his daughter.
Right.
Right? It's up to the parents to kind of rectify
Of course.
this.
Right.
Unfortunately, he did not.
He did not
stop his daughter.
No.
Or speak to his daughter. Who knows?
Right.
Or his daughter just gonna be Dennis Rodman, as bad as she wants to be.
Nah, who that kid from the Boondocks?
I just want to do hood shit.
Yeah.
LaMilton. LaMilton.
That's she the female version.
So yeah, she just want to do hood shit.
Right.
She bullies the little girl again, and the father said he had enough. So the father and his brother, aka the little girl's uncle,
right,
jumped that girl's father and beat him up in front of his daughter. She's left with the trauma from the shit she did. He's like, I'm letting her know there's repercussions in life. If her parents didn't teach her about repercussions, she learned that day.
She learned that day.
Your thoughts on this matter? Do you believe that if he was right or he was wrong, but do you believe this was necessary?
Maybe not necessary.
Oh, okay.
maybe not necessary.
Okay, talk about it.
I mean, especially with the uncle jumping in. I mean, if you're gonna teach a lesson yourself.
Dolo?
Yeah.
No,
uncle
gotta
be there to teach a lesson.
No, because I look at it stuff as where you're an adult, right?
Right.
One person bullying you at work ain't shit.
It's true.
Let's think about this. And I'll use as an example. If Future went at Drake by himself saying like, whatever,
right,
it ain't shit.
Right.
Metro, Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, add the list on to bully Drake, it means something.
The Legion of Doom.
The Legion of Doom, the Latino community versus Drake, bullying is real.
Yeah.
They have to jump him to equate the weight.
Right.
I'm like, to equate the weight. Yeah, okay. So yeah, bar. It is a bar Sunday.
It is a bar Sunday.
So I look at it that this is what has to kind of take place. The jumping has to commence to understood bullying.
Yeah.
My dad can beat your dad. It's kind of like your dad might be bigger. The dude was in a wife beater shooting the video.
Yeah.
he went there with the intention to whoop ass. He kept his chain on though.
He had a chain on.
So he knew he was gonna win. He knew it was gonna go their way.
I heard people saying, yo, when brother has a chain of the Illuminati pendant on it.
Boss,
it's business.
I didn't want to say that.
It's business.
But I'm glad you said that because I looked at it and stuff. I was like, yo, is that Illuminati shit? I said it to myself. And I see him in the video. I was like, is that the reason why this video is allowed to fly like this? Because this is an assault charge. He snitched on himself for an assault charge.
Nah, he snitched on himself. But the popo looked at and seen the chain. He's like, oh, he one of us.
Wow. Yeah. I violence isn't the answer. Let me start my shit from there.
Nah.
However,
you gonna learn today.
Yo, I do believe the little girl, whatever is being said, because you remember Friday when I think Ray got uppercutted by Debo?
Yes.
And he's like, and Debo's like, you want some too, old man? And he's like, no. Get in the car. You're about to get me. I'm not about to get my ass whooped. The father now got his ass whooped. Ain't no time in the presence of discipline. After you clean up your wounds, go get the belt.
Yeah.
Don't let this happen again, because I'm not trying to get fucked up again for you.
Right.
This is why I said it was necessary. That part. It's hard to be a man today. It's hard, man. It's hard to be a man today. Whatever. Do you believe that men are struggling within modern society?
Yeah, I think so.
Why? Tell me why you say that.
I think so. Just for the fact that we're not allowed to be men. Like, it's
What do you mean by that?
As much as we look at that video and we look at that man sticking up for his daughter, putting a father in place because he wouldn't be a man, a father showing his daughter the right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we look at that, do you know how much slack he's catching from the community that is saying he's a super aggressor?
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
It's like, why am I considered my daughter's being bullied to the point where she probably coming home every day crying. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing her cry. It's breaking my heart seeing her cry. If this man ain't gonna put an end to it, I'm going to be the father figure and put an end to it myself.
Very true.
Right?
Right.
But now you're gonna attack me? Y'all ain't gonna, we're not gonna go back to how this all started?
It's true. I heard my mom say this stuff, whatever. She said, if I don't discipline you, the police will discipline you. And then they're going to look at me and say, why didn't I discipline you?
Right.
Why didn't I discipline you?
Right.
Right. And I took heed in that heavy and stuff because I look at it stuff like, yeah, a proper parent has to play their position. So I don't give him flack. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this is necessary, but I look at it stuff is where, again, it all could have been so much simpler.
Yeah.
To deal with whatever, right? Before it got to this point.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But no, I don't know. I think accountability and lack of work being done led to this. There's, like I said, there's the violent aspect and stuff of somebody being assaulted. Like, is it right? No, it is not.
Right.
But I look at it stuff as where we discussed it tons of times on this podcast, whatever. Do you go by the laws of the land or do you go by the laws of your culture?
Go.
Because the laws of the land and stuff is telling you this is an assault charge. The laws of the culture is like, you want to be the father figure that your daughter needs you to be.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Right? And then this, and a lot of people are afraid to be that person now because of today's day and time. And that's why I say it's hard. It's hard for you to be a man.
Do you think society still needs us, men? Does society still need men?
They still need us. I think they still need us.
Where?
Jeez, Mark.
I'm sorry. I got into expose mode. I'm sorry. And I didn't mean it like that.
Jeez,
My tone. I see it. When you said it, I was like, what the fuck are you taking back from? I see it. I get it. I noticed the error in my way. I'm sorry. Where do you think?
I still think the society needs us to do a lot of the heavy lifting, even though they say they don't. I think it's not quite there yet, where the portion of women who believe that we are not needed, I think it's still small. I think it's not as big as the media may make it out to be, or the media may want it to be. I think there's a lot of women out there.
Because the minority has a microphone.
Right. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
But I think the majority of women are still looking for the protector, the family figure. You know what I mean?
When you said it, check this. So yesterday I was at a funeral or whatever for my auntie, right?
Right.
And we went to the park to go let off balloons, inscribe something on balloons and let off and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
To her, our final thoughts and prayers. And they were like, they're gonna, she was a drinker, she was a smoker.
Right.
So he's like, we're gonna take a shot. Like, you have your balloon in one hand, you take the shot, and then we let off your balloon and stuff, whatever, after the shot, right?
Yeah.
So one of my female cousins was pouring it from like a big ass Crown Royal bottle and stuff with the handle, right?
Yeah.
So they're pouring it, whatever, in the shot cups and stuff for her. And she's like, damn, this is heavy. I hear 4 older drinking women like, Lord God, the man can't just take the bottle from the woman nuts, pour the shots for it. Lord, they don't see what's wrong with these strong men. Are these men not strong?
And there you have it.
Case in point.
These ladies were not seen on the internet.
They're looking for the men to do the heavy lifting.
The heavy lifting. It's still there. We're still needed. I mean that, but you're right. The minority has the microphone right now, so we're not getting that side from those women.
Thank God I'm a boy. Salute to Beyonce, man. I don't want to come off as oh shit, I heard this word. I want to know if you kind of quantify yourself. Do you consider yourself to be a manfluencer?
A manfluencer?
A manfluencer, such as the likes of Joe Rogan, Andrew Tate,
okay,
and Jordan Peterson. Do certain type of words of, teachings and stuff that we would say to men, like, be proud of who you are, take a stance, speak up,
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a manfluencer?
Yeah, if you put it when you put it that way.
When you put it that way?
Yeah.
Because, some people were saying that, like, these people, like the Rogan, the Tate, Jordan Peterson, I guess would be quote unquote kind of red pill like.
Yeah.
And they're fueling these boys, or they're fueling these boys turn into men or men out here.
Yeah.
To, I guess, move a different type of way, because you're saying like it's hard to be a man in society's times, right?
Right.
But I feel like a lot of the younger boys and stuff, they live on the internet.
They do.
And Peterson, Tate, and Rogan's information and stuff, whatever, I want to say damn near seems endless.
It does.
So I'm like, I think my favorite line, my favorite thing from Jordan Peterson, because I do like him, is the simplest thing he said: start by cleaning up your room. You can't try to get anything else in your world organized and stuff, like, besides the place where you sleep.
Right.
Start there. If you cannot do there and stuff, whatever, start there.
Yeah.
You're not going to get anywhere.
Right.
No matter what you do outside that room, shit will always be, your world will always be chaos, because the place where you're supposed to find the most peace
is in chaos.
Correct.
Yeah.
I agree to that. Some people will herald that and stuff as, this bastard is trying to raise my son to be not appreciative of women, because Jordan Peterson and his comment to like the trans communities and stuff like that, and everything, and somebody might be a mom that like, we love all, love is love,
right?
And they might herald a campaign like that, and to know for a fact that their child is taking in content or digesting content from the likes of these people is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like their content might be problematic? Because don't forget Tate now. Tate says some stuff about like slapping up a woman, smack a bitch, and all that type of stuff. But then you still, have to sift through
and
jewels.
And
right?
what I was about to say, even when you asked if I consider myself a manfluencer, and then you broke it down, I think the difference with us and a likes of like Peterson and maybe sometimes Rogan, but I also may put at times Rogan in the category of a Tate, is the messenger.
Talk about it.
If you are a respected person, right? There's not much that can be said about your character. I think people tend to listen to you a little bit more.
It's fair.
As opposed to, when you look at Tate, right? Braggadocious, very machismo, flashy cars, alpha, right?
Alpha, yeah.
That alone, his appearance shuts people down, and they're not willing to listen. Not only they're willing to listen, they're quick to hear the faults before anything else.
Why? Why?
Because of his persona, right? They want something to match his persona.
But we, throughout history, we've always championed quote unquote the king, because the king had the shiny carousel, had the flashy cars to say, had the women, the brothels, that thing. Why now?
You tell me in this day and age who respects the king. I agree with you back then. You tell me in this day and age who respects the king.
So kings should be nobody. To answer your question, I don't feel like that. I feel like someone like Vladimir Putin is a king.
Right.
I don't feel like he's a president. I feel like he's a king. If you can't be voted out.
Right.
That's king shit.
That is king shit.
That's king shit.
That's
so
king
I look
shit.
at it stuff as like we don't like. I guess the society or most people don't like Putin because of this.
Because of that,
right? You're saying this pertaining to the Tates and stuff, whatever, to the Diddies and everything. We've now come to a time where we don't respect the kings, like Drake.
Right.
We don't respect the kings. But I'm looking at them like, but they all want to be the king, though. So you want to be something you're not going to be respected?
I don't think
I don't make it make sense for me.
But I'm saying like this is where the shift is trying to carry it, right? This is where the shift that in a few years' time from now, right?
Okay.
Who's gonna want to be the king? If we see that nobody's respecting the king now, right? We might be the last to know when the kings were respected. These little kids now growing up, they be like, oh shit, they treat the king like that? Are they gonna want to be king?
I've seen it in my time. Like I never wanted to be king.
You never did want to be king?
No, because I realized like, yo, it takes some work. And I mean, like, it's not just work on yourself and stuff like that, but I feel like it takes a solid mind because they're always out to dethrone you.
Not only does it take a solid mind, it takes a wall put around you.
A moat.
Like Putin. We know Putin is Putin because he's created that wall around him.
Yeah, a moat.
You
have to get through the moat in order to get to the king.
You have to get through the moat in order to get to the king.
Shit. Yikes.
We've seen the Joker be winning more than the king right now.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
can I have an example, please? Can I have an example of a Joker that's winning over a king?
Cat Williams.
You're mean. But I don't consider Cat a king of comedy.
Huh?
I don't consider Cat Williams a king of comedy.
But I'm saying the Joker, he's doing everything in jest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you mean by okay? So that's what you mean.
Yeah, the Joker, the jester, the court, like he's doing everything in jest. People are more happy to see him than anybody else.
And Jake Paul. People rather see Jake Paul box up, lace up with another celebrity and stuff, whatever, in jest.
In jest. Listen, people rather be influencers than to be king.
That's a major fact. That is a major fact.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is therapy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Let's leave it there.
Leave it there.
Yeah, on that note.
On that note.
Let's keep it pushing, man. Let's get all right. Question of the week. Let's get to question of the week. Question of the week says, do things happen for a reason or by chance in your world?
In my world?
Yeah.
For a reason.
Reason?
Yeah, in my world.
Most reasons.
Most reasons. I mean, there's some chance stuff that happens throughout it, but I think a lot of things I can almost see coming because of how I put my trajectory.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see that. I think for me, it's a good portion of reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more reason than it is chance.
When I look at you, I would say the same thing. It's more reason than chance.
More reason than chance.
Yeah. Even because I know how you are and how you set your trajectory.
Yeah. I think it's like that and stuff for me, but I think like some people, they have this kind of chance luck. And I think people, okay, I don't want to get extra religious and stuff for that, but like if you believe in God,
right,
then you believe in the creation or revolution.
Right.
Right? What did the Big Bang
Theory?
Yeah, what did it take place in Yucatan Peninsula? I heard this theory a long time ago and stuff. They said that if the Big Bang was to happen somewhere else, we might not be the type of people who we are, and we might not have the Earth, the dinosaurs might have survived.
Right.
The impact where it hit, everything went up to the atmosphere and all that type of stuff, whatever. No one controlled that trajectory.
I mean,
You
if you believe in God, you really can't say no one, can you?
Yeah.
You're gonna say it was predetermined.
Long live creation.
It was
Long live
predetermined
creation.
that rock hit. God said, "No, them people of Earth can't survive with the dinosaurs around. I'm gonna have to get rid of the dinosaurs."
Well, because I look at it stuff. If the Earth has been around for like over 4 billion years,
Right?
That happened 66 million years ago.
Right.
Like there's hundreds of millions of years, Smooth.
Prior to that?
Prior to that, you're like, nah, my God knew he needed me to come on this planet and do some things.
Yo.
So he had to do this. It's quite.
Could you imagine if the dinosaurs had a preacher and say, "One day the big rock will return."
Right? Right?
And only a few of us will survive. That was he talking to alligators.
And Komodo dragons.
The Komodo dragons.
And the lizards.
Yeah.
You know? Because I was like, pterodactyls didn't have feathers.
Nah, they didn't have feathers.
So, but you got the birds and everything and stuff with feathers, right?
Yeah,
so I was looking like,
and
was there like some bestiality mix?
And most of the dinosaurs that did it have were discovered with feathers. They were flightless creatures.
Right. My God is an awesome God.
He's an awesome God.
Yeah.
He's an awesome God. Creation at its finest.
Okay. Let's get to ask the son before we get crucified somewhere. First Ask the Sons of the week comes from HarlotCharlotte. I like that name. Not mad at the energy. Would you get offended if you notice a woman taking safety precautions when she sees you?
In this day and age, no.
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 Why you say that? So back then you would?
Back then I would.
Was it an age or was it time?
Time.
Time. What's this time?
This time
circa whatever. Tell me.
I would say it would have switched for me within the last decade or so.
That recent.
That recent. I would not no longer take an offense simply because of social media, internet, what we see being projected right now. What's happening is like a lot of women are tending to be on guard, right? Like in the midst of, again, going back to the whole Cassie and P. Diddy stuff, in the midst of everything that's been happening and the disgusting video footage that's out, men are out here asking what Cassie do to the puffy for him to behave like that.
Whoa.
So now, if you're a woman reading this,
that's a different kind of man.
If you're a woman now, now, if you're a woman reading this now, right?
Yikes! Yeah,
you don't know what type of man is out there no more.
Yeah.
Your first defense is probably going to be perseverance, or preserving life. That's probably your first mode of action.
But what about in the reverse?
So,
like, do you think it's necessary that men take precautionary?
I think it's also, necessary.
And I'm not trying to, HarlotCharlotte, I'm not trying to butcher your question that you're asking. Yeah. But I look at it stuff as where it goes on both sides.
But we've been saying this for the longest time. We're afraid to give women compliments now.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to really be feeling myself to throw a compliment to a complete stranger like that.
Yeah.
Before they might take it a different type of way.
Yeah. And even after feeling myself, I almost got to be sure they might not take it another way before I throw the compliment.
Yeah. Do you think it's unreasonable or reasonable or unreasonable for men to fear women for any reason? I get why women should take precautions.
Yeah, and I see it. And you know what? Listen. I think it's reasonable. Like I said, you say that something again in jest, right? depending on how you say it, you could just, depending on how you say it, the tone, how you say it, whatever, right? All she has to do is say she felt threatened by it. And your ass is in trouble.
My skin ran cold. Yeah, like I was like, damn.
All she has to do is say she felt threatened by it, and your ass is in trouble.
Yep. Well said. Well said. On to the next. Pearly-Girly. Her question is, how has a woman broken your brain down with her appearance?
This is truly Bar Sunday. So we went from HarlotCharlotte to Pearly-Girly.
The next one's not a rhyme though.
The next one's not a rhyme. We gonna try rhyming for us. Can you bar it up? All right, let's do a
You give me the honors? Okay.
Let's do a Pearly-Girly.
So yeah, how has a woman broken down your brain? How has a woman broken your brain down with her appearance? I've walked into a puddle.
Yeah.
Because I was staring at a woman before.
Yeah.
And she was like to me, she kind of came off as like a new school version of Stacey Dash.
Right.
Like her eyes were green. She had like that curly hair up, and she had like a little like, I think back, like, she knew she was gorgeous.
Yeah,
I was looking like, and then I realized stuff like, and she saw me. I was like, you good? I was like, you kind of did this to me with your beauty, but I'm good. So she's like, oh, thank you. I was like, you gonna be straight? I was like, I'll manage.
I almost rear-ended somebody.
But yeah?
Yeah. Staring a little bit too long and too hard. Yeah. That I caught myself just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The brain went kind of doy. All right. So well-traveled RN is the last question. So RN, that's par N.
You stretched out.
She's on the go, man. He or she's on the go, man. All right. Well-traveled RN says, what's the most underrated skill or ability that people should develop?
Research.
Woo.
Research.
Yes. I had self-control.
You had self-control.
I had self-control.
Yeah.
Because you know what's so funny about self-control for me? I was in the car with some people.
Right.
And somebody had a coupon for like a fast food restaurant, right? They had a coupon, they're like, like you can dine for 4 with this coupon and like that much money, times is hard and shit like that, or something like that. Yo, dope. I'm like, I'll jump in on it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Fast food spot. We're in the car.
Right.
I was like, you gotta mention, I'm like, you gotta mention the coupon beforehand.
Yeah.
You know this too. Okay.
Yeah.
The person and stuff's like, I got a coupon. So when we pull up now, whatever, because I think it's bad practice from these fast food restaurants. They're not telling you your total before you pull up.
Yeah.
I've noticed a ton of places and stuff is like this and stuff now, right?
Yeah.
So
now, I think that's a recent thing because I realized that too.
Yeah. He's like, your total is whatever the hell dollars. Please pull up to the first window, get your food at the second window and stuff like that, right? So you're pulling up. When we're pulling up now, they say some outrageous normal because prices is through the roof.
Yeah.
You're looking at one combo per person is probably like $15.
That's crazy.
So you hear some shit like $50. You're like, no. We have a coupon for $19.99. He's like, the person at the window like, you're supposed to tell me before or whatever, right?
Right.
If the person practiced self-control,
the
attitude when it shift, the tensions with the other individuals in the car, they start attacking said person in the drive-thru, whatever, right? And then pulled up. It was about to be like an incident.
Right.
Whatever. And pulled up and everything. I was like, no, let's not think about a pull-up situation.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
You know, let's hope for the best that they don't have a pile where they already done spit or pissed on these burgers already and decides to just put some sauce on it.
After they put their sauce on it?
Yeah, after they put their sauce on it. So I was like, let's think about this and let's try to, you know, but they realized the error in their way where they're like, oh, no. Sorry, they didn't know.
Right.
But again, self-control or the restraint wasn't practiced from that side.
Yeah.
Hence, I understand why the fury start building in the car.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I noticed that a lot of times that, yes, working in these industries, you need to practice self-control.
Yeah.
You need to practice self-control because you're going to get a disgruntled customer that's going to come at you a type of way, but you need to maintain your shit. Yes, you are still people, but it's part of your contract.
I was about to say, that is probably one of the most important questions during an interview when people are going for anything that has related to customer service. How do you handle conflict?
They interview you with the star thing, whatever, right? They give you a situation.
Yeah.
Tell us what you do.
Right.
What are your actions?
Right.
And like, what did you respond? They use that.
Yeah.
Whatever, because they're trying to see how you can deal with conflict.
Yeah.
So if you're like, well, if you did this, you're lucky you didn't get your shit shot the fuck up that day. You're lucky Marv saved your asses. Yes.
Yeah. There's that.
Damn it, people. Self-control, restraint.
And research. Do your research.
And do your research.
Do your
man.
research.
Do your research. Damn it. We are here at the end of the show.
Nice show.
Great show. Nice. Great show. So say the Suns this week. When you get your money up, lawyer up.
So says the Suns.
So say the Suns. Thank you for listening to the Podical Suns. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above. Remember, difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Arrivederci.
No dating.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.